on to what is going on to you, Taurus? So you have the Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, and then you have the Two of Pentacles. So these three cards right here for you represents how a lot of you, Taurus, so now there's some sort of frustration that you, Taurus, are going through, needing to, or I should say, having to kick this person out of your life. This person doesn't want to leave. Come on, man. This is the stupidity of what I'm talking about, right? This person doesn't want to leave. The Nine of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Two of Pentacles. Now that you don't want them in your life is on point. Your life is great. Now they want to be in your life. Now they're in your business. Whoever they are. Social group, whoever they are. Now they want your attention. Now they want you. Now, granted, you've already kicked them out of your life emotionally, but now they want to get your attention. They want to get your attention. And so now the Two of Swords and the Knight of Swords now is about how a lot of you are in a position where, again, you see the confusion. You Taurus get a chance to actually see what it is that I'm talking about when I say that repetition breeds contempt, because individuals, they lack such self-awareness. You know, when you are around them, they act like you're an object. Okay, también. Then when you leave and you go, all right, nobody is handcuffing you, nobody is strong arming you. If you don't want to hang around me, cool, right? They treat you like you're Lord Voldemort, right? The person, the wizard who shall not be named, right? So then when you, Taurus, are like, okay, fine, I'll get up, I'll leave. Now they're taking it personally. Why you don't want to hang out with us? Because y'all are some confused Neanderthals. Which way does it go? You delusional weirdos. Which way is it? You notice that? I'm sure a lot of you Taurus are laughing, but it's the truth. You know, when you want to hang out, they always got something better to do. They treating you like you don't exist. Okay. Then when you're like, okay, cool, right? You figured out a way to not really care about whether or not whatever it is that they feeling, now they're all offended. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. If they're going to hang around you, they need to stop being so jealous. They need to stop being so upset. Whatever kind of, emotional issues or insecurities that they may have, they need to kind of get over that. You know what I mean? Because if they don't, they looking stupid out here. And so because you Taurus don't care about them, the Nine of Wands, the Emperor, and the Nine of Swords speaks to how you're chilling. You Taurus are living your life, doing your own thing. Here they are thinking about coming back to you. Don't allow them to come back. You are finally putting that to an end. All it is that you Taurus need to do is just let enough time go by, and they will not reach out to you again. But yeah, so that's pretty much all it is that you really need to do. They will try to reach out to you, find out what it is that you Taurus got going on. But you Taurus just have to remember, repetition breeds contempt. There's no real justifiable cause why it is that they seem to have problems with you. It's just more so like fabricated, like whatever it is that you Taurus got going on, or more so accurately, what they got going on does not necessarily mean that it gets overshadowed with what it is that by what you got going on. It just means that, and this is what it is I was trying to tell you, Taurus, a million times about how it's not what you think. Because it's not necessarily what you think, because the majority of the times the contempt comes from a lot of jealousy. The contempt comes from a lot of ego, a lot of dysfunctional pride, a lot of ego, a lot of that type of stuff. It comes from the fact that a lot of people don't want to admit that they need help, and they wish to now they get angry at the world or whatever, because they don't want to admit whatever certain things or whatever. That's not, and the thing is, that's not how it is that you accumulate strength. You accumulate strength by addressing the problems that you have directly, so that you can actually address those things so that you get better at those things. But a person is not really going to get better by ignoring the strengths, by ignoring the weaknesses that it is that they have. You get stronger by addressing the weaknesses and then making those weaknesses strength. Right? So because of the fact that they refuse to understand, they want you around, right? This is what makes them look stupid, because now it's a situation where, are they cool? They have two different mindsets where they want you around, but then even when they get you to be around, they're gonna be mad as a mug. And then now you, Taurus, are like, so why are you hanging out with me if that's the case then, goofy? And so the Fool card and the Eight of Cups, right, is about how, and since that's the case, a lot of you Taurus also understand that a lot of you Taurus pretty much also understand that this is why it is that you're learning how to be a lot more selective about the people whom you hang around. This is why you're learning how to become a lot more quick-witted when it comes to getting away from individuals, because it's the truth. And I've talked about it before at the very beginning. Repetition breeds contempt because of their own confusion. They don't want to make a decision, a solid decision, whether or not those individuals are truly coming and going. So now they project it outwardly. And the way that it manifests itself, if I'm being fair about it, the way that it manifests itself is yes, hypocrisy, but yes, intellectual dishonesty, but delusion, projections, a deluded mentality, a person who, the reality of the situation, it is in conflict with what's actually going on beneath the surface. And the truth is, they like you, but for whatever made up reason, like I said before, those individuals that you have kicked out of your life, Taurus, they can't bring themselves to admit that. And again, stupid, because that's part of the solution. How I became so good at what it is that I do, and I have all these different talents, was because I tried out 1,000,001 different things. Baseball, basketball, pool, getting into all of these different things, right? It's not my fault. Well, it is my fault, but I got really good at those things, right? I studied those things. I took those things seriously. I wanted to be good at it. And the situation is that ironically, I got so good at basketball. I'm talking about being 9 years old and literally shooting from the 3 line. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And getting it, actually getting the ball into the hoop, not from a slam dunk, but from a free throw. And the thing is, right? And the thing is that that's the messed up situation, because I got so good, nobody wanted to play. But then at the same time, it's like, so what are we doing right now? Why are you playing the game then? Oh, it's to make friends. So you're not really, so what it is you Taurus come to find out they're not really serious about, they not serious about either side. They're not serious about telling you no because they do like you. But then at the same time, they can't be in a relationship with you at the same time. Stupid. Because what's the point of that then? All that's going to do is create unnecessary friction, which it has. And that's why you, Taurus, decided you don't want to have anything to do with them. So the point that I'm trying to make here with you, Taurus, is this is what I mean when I say that, you know, like I was referring to, this is what it is that be happening. Because I experienced the same thing too. And this is what I was telling y'all about. I experienced the same thing too. People don't, you know what I'm saying? My repetition or my presence breeds contempt. I show up, I interact with individuals, right? I show up, I interact with individuals, and then, you know, I interact with individuals or whatnot, start coming around a little bit more. Now they seem to be upset about something. Now they seem to have a chip on their shoulder. Now, again, my presence doesn't necessarily mean that I'm overshadowing what it is that they accomplished, or I'm even looking to overshadow what they have accomplished. It's just that for me, I'm just telling the truth, right? Like, I do speak multiple languages. I do things like this, right? But here's the stupidity and the confusion, right? The repetition is breeding contempt, right? That they have because they're envy. But then at the same time, they want to be in your disposition. See, this is the confusion. This is the stupidity. This is the pure stupidity, because in order to become so talented, you will have to break away from the group. So you can't see, this is why celebrities end up being so weird. It's because we perceive them as being weird. A lot of the people perceive them as being weird, but they are weird. They are a celebrity because they're weird. Because, not despite. They are a celebrity because of the fact that they're so abnormal. And it's not that they are abnormal per se, unless they make it that. But why they end up being unique is because they do something so well to the point where they stand out. Now, these kinds of traits get a lot of people jealous. But this is why it is that they end up spending a lot of time by themselves and stuff like this, because you can't have it both ways. If you want talent, then it means that talent has to be discovered on your own. If you want friends, then you will not get talent. You will not cultivate your talent like that. You'll just have a group of people in which whom you can interact with. You know, and maybe you may have a talent, but the talent won't really get to the high heights that you're looking for. And see, this is the paradox, or this is the compromise that a person has to make. And a lot of the times, what you, Taurus, are seeing throughout this reading is this is where the repetition is breeding contempt, because they want the best of both worlds. They want to be a celebrity by fitting in while not having to do anything. And it's like, that's not how this thing works. I didn't learn how to speak different languages from sitting on my butt all day and watching only English TV. I had to read, I had to go out, speak to Brazilian people, right, over the internet, because I've never met a Brazilian face to face in my life. It's always been over the internet, right? Because I know some Brazilians. I've had to go out, speak to Brazilians using what it is that I've learned. So with Japanese, Vietnamese, Arabic, whatever the case, Chinese, Latin, whatever the case may be, right? But then at the same time, it's kind of easier for me to do that because people been projecting so much issues onto me that didn't even exist. People will talk about, how it is that, I used to talk to rats or whatever the case may be. And it's like, that's factually incorrect. I didn't do that. But, the little BS stories that they made up about whatever the case may be so that they can not hang out with or whatever. So guess what it is that I did? I had so much time on my hands. I said, okay, I'll just go do something else because y'all are dysfunctional. Whatever issue y'all have, y'all got problems. Because I'm not doing anything to y'all, but yet y'all seem to have this chip on y'all shoulder. So this is the scenario in which you Taurus tend to be. You know how many times people say that they're gonna do something and then deliberately not do. It's like these people are goofy. You want a reading from me, show up, come through, ask me how much it is, be prepared to pay it, okay? And then stop trying to go ahead and haggle me down. Stop trying to run a mental game with me or whatnot. I'm not jousting with you. It's just goofy, because it's like, what are you goofballs trying to accomplish? All you're doing is showing why it is that even though you may be jealous or whatnot, all you're doing is revealing that you have a chip on your shoulder. Because my dear Taurus, and I'm gonna go ahead and clarify some of the cards, but I'm just putting things in the context for you, because everybody try to act like they so independent. They're so independent. They're so powerful. They're so strong. Nothing affects them. They're perfect. So then why all the mental games? Why all the head case games? Why all the envy? Why all the jealousy? Why all the little backhanded little compliments? A thick-skinned person is very chillaxed and relaxed and is detached and nonchalant because they're not mad. They know how to let things go. Being thicker skinned is about that. It's not even about trying to act like you tough. Even trying to act like you tough is a showcase of a person's over sentimentality and an over emotionality. They are emotional. They are in their constant emotional bag. The fact that you even have to act like you tough is evidence of your softness. Being thicker skinned, my dear Taurus, not even, and I'm not talking about you being soft, I'm talking about them. But I'm speaking from a proverbial perspective, a metaphysical perspective, right? So the mere fact that they even have to act like they're tough means that they're soft as Charmin Charmin paper towel tissue. Soft. Because real hardened individuals, they know how to let things go. They're the ones that despite whatever kind of backlash or little goofy issues that people be having, they are above all that stuff. Why? Because they're busy handling their business and they not tripping out about the little slick disses that people be having. They know how to brush stuff off their shoulder and stop being so emotional about certain things. They're not running around looking to sabotage or be upset or whatnot. They know how to clap from a distance or face or next to a person when a person is winning. They know how to give a person compliments to say, I'm proud of you. They know how to praise a person and say, man, I ain't jealous. I ain't envious. I'm glad that's such and such. I'm proud of such and such. And I'm saying, I'm displaying it publicly. I want this person to win. They don't, because they thicker skinned. They don't have to, I'm jealous. I gotta I gotta act like hey. But then I'm above all this. Nah, you not. You sensitive, and it shows itself. Because what you tender for. So let's clarify the Eight of Cups. So that's what's going on with you, Taurus. You got a lot of people envious who got a problem, but who can't pick a side one way or the other. And they look stupid doing it because pick a side. Same thing that be happening to me in my relationships. Try to spark something up with these goofies. A lot of them be upset. How you going to be in a relationship with somebody and you immensely envious of that person? It's not going to work. And this is what I was trying to say. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. And this is what it is I be trying to say when I say the majority of these relationships, it has to be set up a specific way. There has to be sincerity. Because all these people talking about they want six figures and this, that, and third, you're going to get the six-figure individual and you're going to end up being envious of the person due to the fact that envy is a huge thing and people need to get over the chip that they have on their shoulder. in order to do that first. So you have the Knight of Cups, Eight of Swords, Four of Swords, Seven of Cups, and then you also have the Ten of Cups to clarify the Knight of Cups, right? Excuse me, the Eight of Cups. So this is about how a lot of you Taurus, you have other things to do. You're moving forward. Four of Swords, you're done. You're done. You are done. And the thing is that the Seven of Cups and the Ten of Cups, they may not like it, but again, you Taurus are done, and rightfully so, because you're doing the right thing. Because they will never. There's a serious chance that those individuals that doesn't like you Taurus moving forward will never get over their jealousy. That jealousy is a parasite. That jealousy has become their identity. They can't deal with you from the perspective of them not being the celebrity. And it's not, and again, this is what I keep trying to say. It's not even about being the celebrity, because you know what really gets a lot of people, Taurus, is when the fact that you're not trying to upstage people, but then you doing what you doing. You seeking perfection. You trying to be better. But you're not doing it to impress people. You're doing it to impress yourself. You're doing it to become better. Everybody, that you automatically becomes a celebrity. You automatically become, a celebrity. So now people got a problem with it. Even though you're not trying. But then that's the problem. They can't get past their jealousy though. You see what I'm saying? They can't get past it enough to be able to deal with you at your capacity. And this is why, like I said, relationships be happening like that. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.